special meeting in the City Council of Chavano Park is called to order. Without objection, we're going to dispense with the Pledge of Allegiance in the invocation. I'm going to turn everybody's attention to item 4, City Council comments. Does anybody here have any City Council comments that they would like to make to the city as opposed to item 5.1? Okay, there being no request. Without objection, we will move citizens to be heard concurrently with agenda item 5.1, which brings us back to item 4.1. Item 4, City Council comments. Buddy.
Welcome, everyone. Good to see everybody here.
Maggie.
Glad to see everybody here. Thank you for coming.
Good to
Conrad?
see everyone. Thank you for coming out. Appreciate it.
Pete.
Yeah, I'd also like to extend a warm welcome and appreciate all the thoughts and comments that we've received. So it helps us understand your views. Thank you.
Lee.
Thank you for coming. Yes, I just got off work.
Okay, which brings it to me, a couple of things. Number one, had a good friend, birthday's today, Jeff Wagner, citizen in our community. If you see Ginger, just let her know how special Jeff was to everybody. It worked for him for 2 decades in youth ministry and youth sports. Really, really great guy. Helped out with the Boy Scouts a lot. Second thing, this is a really hard day in our community for a lot of folks in our community. About 10% of our population is Jewish, and it hits hard. It hits hard. And I've talked to many of those members of the community. Please extend your comfort and prayers to them. I'm suffering right now. I'm not going to probably make this whole meeting if citizens really want to be heard. But I did want to make sure that we got this on track. The system that we're going to use is a little bit abbreviated. Bill will give us a briefing. We'll hear a motion. Citizens are going to always get to be heard. We will hear seconds on the motion. Based upon the number of seconds, you may find that it is not necessary for you to speak today. I know that many of you have been told that we're not going to have a meeting on the 14th. They didn't talk to me, they didn't talk to Bill, they didn't talk to the council members. You will have an opportunity to be heard. One final item. I have been advised that one of our council members, not me, but will be leaving, may have to leave because of a medical item. You can see Lee is up here in his police uniform. If he was called out, we're going to break quorum. And if we have not gotten to a vote, it's not going to get voted on until November. So that said, you may want to hold your comments because you want to know what the vote was. I would assume that we can keep the agenda item open until we break a quorum, Bill, if that was the case, that we had a vote that was a final vote.
Yeah, I believe you're right.
Okay. So that said, brings us to item number 5.1. Discussion action, consider withdrawal of the pending AAMPO TA grant application. This is from the Mayor Pro Tem Kirkendall and the Mayor. Bill.
Next slide. So as the mayor just said, we intend to hold a town hall open house on October 14th as planned. And the purpose of that is primarily informational to explain what happened, why it happened, where we're going. Next slide. This is the agenda. There'll be a brief introduction and a welcome by the mayor. There'll be a presentation from the staff, and I'm going to start out with the next slide I'm going to show you. We're going to go over the historical hike and bike background from Chavano Park and the efforts since 1999 to establish hike and bike and sidewalks. We're going to then talk about what is this Metropolitan Planning Organization, AAMPO, what is this process that we even put a grant in? Why do we do it? And you know, you'll find out if you come to the town hall, it's a 3.5 to 7 year process. It's not like you apply it and you get money the next year. Then we're going to talk about what was the timeline. It was a very abbreviated timeline, and then we're going to go over the project. Give you opportunity for general questions and answers, and then feedback as much as you want to give. That'll happen on the 14th, next Tuesday at 6. I want to skip to the way ahead. Go to the next slide. So I have it in good, I have a pretty good knowledge that there is no opposition on City Council for this proposed agenda item to withdraw the grant. And that'll happen in just momentarily, hopefully. I already told you we're going to have the town hall on the 14th. There's been, almost every city council member has requested this be put on the agenda for the October 27th meeting. And so the current proposal is to request that the Planning and Zoning Commission conduct a comprehensive review of only the Cliffside Drive to Salado Creek Parkway Hike and Bike Trail entry point. So they won't be tasked with looking at a Cliffside hike and bike. They won't be tasked with anything with windmill or a trailhead parking area. The commission shall prepare a study and report for City Council's consideration detailing anticipated benefits and potential adverse impacts on the project. Areas of focus should include potential effects on area wildlife, residential impact, alignment with the neighborhood character, and as part of the process, the commission is expected to actively engage the Chavano Park residents to ensure community perspectives are reflected in the final report. So that planning and zoning review and process will occur November, December, and January, and then they will report out to City Council on January 26th. Basically, the entire intent is to reset this entire thing and then to take a look at one small aspect of it and proceed from there. And again, I would remind you, there's nothing budgeted for any improvements in this year's budget.
Okay, thank you very much, Bill. Okay, so at this time, I'll entertain a motion from council to withdraw the City of Chavano Park's Hike and Bike Project grant application from consideration for AAMPO Transportation Alternative Funding and to direct city staff to notify the AAMPO of such decision. Conrad?
So I'd like to make a motion to withdraw this from the AAMPO. This has turned into something outside of certainly what this council and my belief, but certainly for me, outside of what we intend or what the final might look like. We have some issues with this. This is obvious from the crowd we have here. But we've had an issue with communication. This is a proposal. It is not a definite. It is a proposal to give our city options to look at. There's an issue with material that we understand about the concrete path as opposed to maybe using another different material that would be more palatable, certainly to me. So I would like to make a motion to withdraw this from the AAMPO. Part of the issue here, I think everybody would understand, is that there's a significant amount of help on the funding with this. So I think we're all aware of that, and we all need to take that into consideration. Our job as council members here is to all of our community, all of our people. There's three of those: financial, what citizens want, and what is good for the city in the future. So I think we are all under the understanding of that, and I would like to make this motion to withdraw this.
Okay, do I have a second? I have a second from Lee. I have a second from Pete.
Second.
I have a second from Buddy. I have a second from Maggie. I have 5 seconds. Okay, we're now open for citizens to speak. If you want to withdraw your name, you can just wave your hand and say, I'm withdrawing. David Leibowitz, I'm sorry? No, I'm sorry. You can take my spot. David Leowitz. Ruth Thompson. Okay. Rick Weston. Mark Ely. David Garcia. David Pierce. Jobo T. I'm sorry, Joni. Okay, thank you. Okay. Janice Schwab. Valessa Lyons. Christian Lyons. Derner Elliott. Jason. Okay. Oh, Clanahan. I couldn't read that. Sorry, Jason. Michelle Ross. Marianne Heisel. Joanne Eden. Oh, okay. And who was Calderalo? I called Calderalo and I recognized you. Or did you want to speak? You do. Okay. Amy Senior. John Willing. Carol Adamson. Okay, so the speakers that I have, and please correct me if I'm wrong. I have Ruth Thompson. I have David Pierce. I have, Vanessa, were you going to speak or not? No, sir. Okay. Okay. Marianne Heisel is going to speak. Dave Morin is going to speak for Joanne Eden. John Willing. Is there anybody else that was going to speak that I did not get their names? Okay. At this time, I'm going to turn the gavel over to Conrad. I apologize.
All right, so let's start with citizens to be heard. Bill, do you have anything to add here before we move on?
Yeah, just 1 second. Just so you're clear, because I know you couldn't all hear him. The mayor is having surgery tomorrow, and he can barely speak, and he is not well. So that is why he's leaving. It's not out of protest. So I don't want anyone to misunderstand that. I was surprised he wasn't even planning on being here.
Okay, citizens to be heard.
Ruth Thompson.
Ruth Thompson, please. Name and address, please.
Okay, I'm Ruth Thompson, and I live at 114 Chimney Rock Lane. And I won't be here on October 14th. And I want to make sure that there were things that were heard, that Chavano Park is a family city. I have my grandsons riding their bicycles around the streets that are going to be impacted if anybody puts bike trails through there. And I'm already concerned about homeless people coming up from Salado Creek without the improvement. Without the improvement, they can't find the trail that easily. Chavano Park's a tree city, and it just chopped down a lot of trees to get this bike trail and parking and things in Chavano Park. And we, meaning those that ride bicycles, we access at Harburger, all these different parks, Eisenhower. I can ride along the bike trail, the bike path along Northwest Military and Huebner Road and access it on Huebner. There's just all kinds of access points already. And I hate to see more money. Just because we can doesn't mean we should take federal money, state money, city money to do these things. And then my question it would be is, where will Chavano Park get the funds for the extra policing that we would need, because we have homeless people coming up and we have other people, we have teenagers doing drugs in the new parking lot and doing all these different things. And where would Chavano Park get the money to maintain this said trail? So those are my thoughts. Thank you.
Thank you, Ruth. Sorry, next up, not David Garcia, right? David Pierce.
Hey, good afternoon. David Pierce, 118 Fawn. I have a lot to say, but I'm not. I just want to say, as a member of the Citizens Tree Committee, I kind of find it disturbing that part of this plan was to remove quite a few mature or, trees that we have along the city and replace them with concrete and asphalt. And, we have these designations of wildlife and tree city and all this stuff, and a lot of it's just lip service, in my opinion. But another thing we talked about, as you know, we have 450 signatures on a petition. A lot of us live here because we don't want scores of non-Chavano Park residents filtering through our neighborhood. If you visit Eisenhower Park, Walker Ranch, Hardburger Park trailheads, there's a lot of traffic, trash, and other things which the San Antonio Parks picks up twice daily to just keep it halfway decent. And people also mentioned extra police and other things. I think we should, I know we want to have fun and have a community, but I think we should concentrate on police, fire, EMS, and public works, stuff like that. Thank you.
Thank you, David. All right. Vanessa was a no, correct? Yep. Christian, Jason, no. Sorry, I'm repeating everything here. Michelle, Marianne Heinz.
Good afternoon. I'm reluctantly standing up here to say this because of the comments that I heard. My name's Marianne Heisel. I'm at 116 Fawn Drive. Basically, all I want to say is I find these actions about a proposal, the discussions about a proposal and options, very questionable, given the fact that absent the action of the people that you see before you today, this special meeting likely would not have happened. The meetings that y'all held in February and one other one, the information that you laid out on those during those meetings was clear. So that's all I really wanted to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Marianne. Oh, I'm sorry. My apologies. Go ahead, please, since you've already come up. Apologize.
My name's John Calderola. I'm 305 Fawn on there. I'd like to talk to you about the park, and the generation here now is turning to much younger kids, my grandkids, and stuff like that. And I think there's plenty of access to this, that it doesn't need to come through Chavano. And the biggest thing is you have the grant money. But again, to maintain that and the cost of it, how's that gonna come out of the budget? Something either gonna be cut or our taxes are gonna be raised to cover that shortfall. So that's my main concern on this is, look, when we're doing something, it should be in the budget for the taxes that they collect. Chavano is limited to what it can collect in taxes. We can't expand like the city of San Antonio or something like that. So, again, I just want to give you my opinion.
Thank you, John.
I'm
I
also,
don't-
can I do
Just,
that?
that's fine, but we're not supposed to, is that okay? Okay, I'm sorry. Just wanted to make sure we're, no, please come back up.
My name's John Calderola. I'm on 307 Fawn Drive, and I just wanted to echo, I think we should use it for police, EMS, fire as well, and not take down trees as well. And all I wanted to do is actually come up here and say, just a little prayer for Bob and the October 7th people and our community. And so, dear God, thank you for this community. We ask you to be with Bob tomorrow, and we ask you to be with the October 7th community and all that. And in Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Thank you. Mr. Willing, please, sir.
Okay, yeah, John, is that amazing? John, 3 Johns in a row. Okay. I want to wish, first of all, John Willing, 113 Cliffside Drive. And I just really want to wish the very best for Bob and for surgery tomorrow. I second your prayer. I don't know where he went. Yeah,
Yeah,
anyway.
just, you know,
Okay.
it's dental surgery, so.
Okay, yeah, well, that's not fun. None of it is fun. So I do wish you well. I also want to encourage the city council in Chavano Park. I think from this point on, I think this has been a glaring thing that's come up in our area. And I love unity. I really love it when people get along and when they communicate straight and honestly and openly. And I feel like a lot of what led to this was not straight talk. I love straight talk. I come from a news background, and if you didn't talk straight, people didn't tune you in. And so I think it's really important to take a different approach from this point. The history of this doesn't matter a lot on the books and the meetings that have happened. Take all the history and set it off to the side, maybe even scrap it if it has to be done. History's good if history is correct and done well. But in a new situation where times change, people change, events change, we must start over. For me, my opinion, take that trail right where it is, there, and from there down to where it hits the main trail. Rework that. Make it so that moms who have kids can get down there and say, hey, they have kids with strollers. They want to be able to get there, but it has to be something rustic, something that isn't saying, look at me, look at what I'm all about. Something that the neighborhood knows about, but it isn't publicized. Okay, so to me, that is the correct answer to that. On the parking lot issue, I think we need to look all around this area here and see what do we have here at this corner of Chavano Park that can solve the parking problem. And then we don't create another parking lot and people having to cross across the street and do all those kinds of things. It just makes a new nightmare. So I think for simplicity, let's maximize what we have on this side of Chavano Park. I have 45 seconds. All I want to say is think the high road and really let's look at peace inside of Chavano Park. Let's really work together and let's hear everybody's voices, your voices and the population who lives here and the concerns that we all have. And that's good. Thank you and God bless you all.
Thank you, John. Have I missed anybody? Oh, it's a name on the list. It's not, yeah, time was given. Is that legal, Bill?
Well, you already gave it once, so if you
I
now
know, I left
deny
myself
it-
open, David. I know.
All right. Hi, my name is David Marin, 211 Hunters Branch Street South, and I love trees as well. In fact, we are Tree City USA because I made an application for us to start that. And I'm all for using tax money for good and proper response for first responders. In fact, I remember a time when it was 180 seconds was the average time for response for any emergency when you called 911 in the city of Chavano Park. I saw documentation going around that said that this was not transparent, that this was sort of a backroom deal. And then I looked over the minutes, and I noticed that this was not hidden in what's called the consent agenda, that this was published in the agenda, open to every citizen on more than one occasion. So this was not something that was done in secret. This is the leveraging of federal monies and state monies to be used in our city. And I heard today that we don't want people from somewhere else within our city. There could have been a public library on these properties, except people didn't want people from outside coming into Chavano Park. So there would have been a public library right there. We sit in between two different districts in San Antonio.
David, speak into the microphone.
Okay.
Sorry.
We sit
Apologize.
between two different districts in San Antonio. There could have been a public library here. All of our children, someone's talked about their children riding bicycles. No child in Chavano Park can ride their bicycle to Blattman Elementary School, because the same people who said we don't want outsiders going through didn't want outsiders going through to Blattman Elementary School from Chavano Park. So we don't have a road that goes to Blattman from inside Chavano Park to avoid the outsiders. I think that this is short-sighted, and there's a predominance of people who are from very close to that area who don't want, because it's in my backyard. I remember that this area here, there was a big protest about not having this little playground and not having a little trail behind there, and all the people that came out were the people who lived behind there. And they're not here today because it's not in their backyard, and that was terrible, but this is beautiful. As a pavilion, we've had different celebrations here. There are people that come for Sundays. There's food trucks and a fair that goes every Sunday, and there are people who didn't like that, but we are better for it, and not all progress is negative. And this was not done behind closed doors. This was on the agenda, and no one tried to get over anything on anyone. Thank you.
Thank you, David. On time.
Mayor Pro Tem,
Yes, sir.
can I just say one thing?
Please.
I really encourage everyone to come to the town hall. Not that I'm going to be doing a presentation. I am not going to try to convince you that this part or that part is good. I can assure you that the plan did not cut down very many trees. There is a lot of, I would like to say this is what happened, and here's where we're going to go, and take it. You saw what we're going to do. It's going to be sent to the planning and zoning. It's going to be very, very good, but there wasn't any malicious intent to destroy the city here. I just want, that's my message from there. And we'll see you hopefully on the 14th.
All right, so help me out here, Bill. We need to move on to, need to open for discussion on my proposal, my agenda items. So we'll start over here.
You have a discussion amongst the council, if there is,
Yeah.
or then you call the vote.
Yeah, so I'd like to continue the discussion with council. Buddy?
Yeah, again, we welcome all y'all's opinion. It's very much appreciated. I'm glad some of the remarks that have been made. I ask that everybody does show up on the 14th of October to listen to the complete plan, as well as going to the town plan that the commission, the Planning and Zoning, has worked on through 22, 23. If you turn to page 50, where it starts about new improvements, you'll see the future of what's going to happen in the city and how they've gone ahead and reached out to the citizens and their input and some of the ideas they had. If you go to page 58, it speaks specifically about the hike and bike trail. And it also shows that it's going to be a tough sell. They knew it then, and it is today. And it's your opinions that do count. And they, you know, it specifically says in the town plan that the citizens wanted it to mirror Inwood. And obviously, that's not true. So it needs to be tweaked. This was done in 22-23, and opinions changed, and we appreciate y'all's input. But thank y'all. We really do appreciate it.
Well, I'm really happy to see everyone here today, and this is important, and I'm really glad to see the folks talking with each other. Maybe not the same words you're talking to us about, but this is important, and we really want you to be here the 14th. There's some former council members here. You know, this ain't easy, and we try really hard with our other requirements in life, and but this is good. This is positive, and we're happy that there's a whole bunch of you people I've never seen before, which is okay, which means you never seen me either, and I'm not worth all the words that have described me here in these last 2 weeks, but that's okay. I'm still here. We're all still here, but come on, give us a break. Give yourselves a break. It's all going to work out. It's all good. Maybe not the best that each person wants to see, but it's going to work out. I appreciate former Mayor Emeritus Marn. His comments were very good. Councilperson Marianne, I don't know if she's there somewhere. Her words are important. Everybody's words are important. So be here on the 14th, and let's get this straightened out. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you. Pete?
Yeah, and I'd just like to reiterate what I originally said is thank y'all for coming out. Thank you for the input that we received. And, you know, I think Spinoza said, no matter how thin you slice it, there's always two sides to every story. So, Marn, thank you very much for sharing the other side of the story. And I think, you know, one of the things is I always try to remind myself is stay open-minded, because if you don't stay open-minded, you don't see both sides of the story, and you don't see what people's concerns are. And so, again, thank you for coming forward. Thank you for sharing your concerns. And I think John said, you know, it's important that as we move forward on this, is that we move together. And I couldn't agree with that anymore. So, thank you.
Officer Powers.
This will live on, won't it? I'd like to thank everybody for being here. Everyone that sent me an email, I answered with an email. You got the same identical one, by the way, because I didn't want to have any conflict. Everybody that called me on the phone and left a message, I called you back, and there are 3 houses I came and visited. Got a warm welcome and got a lot of input. As I said in the missive that I sent out en masse, the sleeper has awakened. I hear you. I want to continue to hear from you. The best genius in the world is a group of people like mine with good intent who strive to do well. That's what we've got in the city. It's what we've got in this room. And I hope you come to believe that it's what you've got up here on the dais. I work for you, and I'm going to listen to you. I'm going to do the very best I can with this, as are we all. Thank you.
Thank you, Lee. This is a proposal. This is about getting information out to everybody, and so you have all of that. This was all going to come through a P&Z situation, just like we're going to have. I am, if any of you don't know, I'm on 128 Cliffside, which is down at the base of this, where the entry and exit to Slaughter Creek would be. So I'm as affected as anybody else on Cliffside. And so I'm aware of what certainly I want as a landowner there, as a person there. I'm also aware, because I have a responsibility up here as a city council person, that it's not just me. It's our community of almost 4,000 people that we need to look after. And like I shared before, there's a financial aspect to this, there's a citizen aspect to this, and there's just the general good of the city and what that looks like going forward. We'll continue to have more traffic. That's inevitable. And there are some aspects to this project that would have sort of helped with that, possibly down the road. I know that sounds a little funny, but during the town hall meetings that we will have going forward, I will be there and to better explain what that looks like. And that's just obviously my opinion. So, when we say it's good to see y'all, we mean that. This has been out there kind of for a while, and personally, I thought, wow, it got put out as concrete, 10 foot wide, and didn't hear anything. And now we hear something. And so thank y'all for letting us know your opinion. It's important. We appreciate that. Bill, with your help here, we'll call a vote here for withdrawal, if you'll help me through that, since I'm now in
Yeah, you
this
have a
position.
motion, you have seconds, and you just need to call the vote.
So, but if I'm here in this seat now with the gavel,
Yeah,
okay. So-
you're the mayor pro tem acting, and you just,
Do I vote?
you can vote.
Okay. So, I'll start over here with Lee. Pete,
Aye.
Aye.
and obviously, aye for me. So we'll call that vote. Ayes have it. We will be withdrawing the AAMPO grant application. Bill, if you could help me with that on
Yep.
on that process, or
Yep, we'll do that, and then you just call the vote on adjournment. Item number 6.
yeah. Okay.
I'd like to
Motion.
make the motion, we adjourn.
So moved.
You're stumbling.
Thank you. Appreciate it. And thank you, everybody.
We need a vote on that motion,
Did we?
on the last motion.
I thought we said aye. Aye.
On the last,
Aye.
aye, okay.
Aye. Got it. Meeting's adjourned.